babes, what's up? It's ItsAnnaLouise and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be one that you guys asked for. I asked if you wanted to see it and you said yes. So today's video is going to be about all the drama and all the tea behind the house that me and my husband are supposed to have / was supposed to have. I literally have talked about it for over a year now on my channel, especially a lot in my live streams, and I have gotten so many questions on why we're not in our house. Do we have a house? Why am I in this house? You know, a bunch of different questions because a lot of you guys thought, you know, we were supposed to be in a house. So today's video will be all about the drama and tea going on behind why we're not in that house. And right before we get into the video, I do want to say you guys have voted and you voted on being called Betta Babes. So my Betta Babes, from now on, that will be you guys' names, and I love every single one of you, and I'm so freaking glad that you guys have a name now. So Betta Babes, if you are interested in learning about the drama and the tea behind why we're not in the house right now, then keep on watching today's video. Okay guys, so starting out, I want to say that I have not even been married a year yet. We got married on August 17th of 2019, and it's obviously July 2020. So around July of last year, so July 2019, we were already supposed to be in a house. So basically, my husband's family, a set of his family members, I won't even go into detail which ones specifically, but close ones to him, they buy and they flip houses, and so they had a house that it was actually the one he grew up in, and they've let a couple other family members live there before, and that was the one we were supposed to get. They were supposed to let us live in it and all that kind of good stuff when we got married to save money and kind of just, you know, stay in it for a year to 5 years, as we only plan to really stay in there for a year or so because it is a lot older house. It is not what we want, and it's not in the best area. Like, it's just not, it wasn't what we wanted to have in a forever home. So therefore, it was going to be a good starter home. It was gonna be, you know, allow for us to live in it. Way better deal than obviously buying a house right off or even getting an apartment. Like, it was, that's even more. So that's what was supposed to happen. But around that time, they were actually letting some other family members living there. They were letting them live there, and they were not doing what they were supposed to do. Guys, this family member, it was a woman and her child, didn't pay rent in total of 8 months. Like, they just lived there for free. They refused to pay them, and they completely trashed the freaking house. So that was going on. It had not even been 6 months yet, I believe, at the time that they were living there. But, you know, what was supposed to happen were they told them that they couldn't live there anymore because they were not paying their rent, and that they were supposed to move out and we were supposed to move in. Now, I'm not even trying to toot my own horn when I just say that me and my husband are good people, but we are good people, and we obviously would pay and do what we had to do to be in that house. We were not just gonna live there and do them dirty, obviously, because we're not that type of people. And my husband himself is closer to these specific family members than this other family member who was living there was to them. So what was basically supposed to happen was that my husband's family members were supposed to tell them to move out. They were supposed to move out. They were gonna do, you know, a couple of fix-ups because they were really trashing the house, y'all. And so they were gonna do a few fix-ups, and we were supposed to be able to live in there and be there by the time we got married, and everything was supposed to be wonderful. And we made the mistake of putting our trust in that. It all started to go wrong when they were trying to nicely tell them to get out of the house, and basically they refused. They would not get out. They were told, they were sent letters in the mail, like they were trying to go about it the formal / legal way and get them out, but there was no response at all. They were just totally blowing it off. So that was wrong on their end, but there's a lot of wrong on both of the ends. So basically, when that happened, it should have been gone by, you know, they should have went to a lawyer. It should have been done a legal way to where they evicted them, you know, like get out, because they were literally trashing the place. Like, literally, it was disgusting, and they weren't paying rent. like at all. They were just living there for free. So with that being said, they were supposed to go to the lawyer, supposed to do that and all that kind of good stuff, and they just kept putting it off. Like, they were not even making 1 ounce of trying. They were not, you know, trying to even go to a lawyer to figure it out. And we just put our trust in them. They kept saying, okay, well, that's the next step, like that's what we're gonna do, whatever. So each week we would text them and be like, as the date came closer, are you like gonna go to a lawyer now? Like, what's the next step? And you know, some kind of bit of information would be thrown out at us, and we'd be like, okay. And then, you know, us trying to get stuff done in order to prepare for our wedding and to get married and have a place to stay. They were not even trying to actually get crap done. And mind you, these people continued to live in the house, continued to trash it, and continued to not pay rent. So it got up to our wedding, August 17, 2019, and nothing was done. So at that point, we were told September is when they'd be out and we would be able to get the house. They were gonna do a few like minor things to prepare, like as in take the carpet out of the bedrooms and redo all that, because it was nasty. Trust me, it was nasty, because I actually got the privilege of getting to see it. That'll come later. But anyway, you know, they said September, and I just remember getting married and being like, okay. And you know, if we would have known all this stuff, we would have gotten an apartment or something like that, so we could go ahead and live together, not at a parent's house. But you know, they just didn't seem to care, and they didn't seem to care that we were married and literally didn't have a place to stay. And the part that really bothered me about all of that was the fact that we're good people. He's really close to them. We would treat that house with the respect and love that it deserved, whereas they were letting those bad people live there and trash it and not even say anything to try to do it, while we are trying to start our lives together and do good. So, you know, we literally didn't have a place to stay, and I just remember I was subbing one day and we got a text, and basically it said that it could be months before we even got into it at that point. I remember coming home and just bawling my eyes out, because I'm like, now we literally don't know when we're going to get into it, because they were still living there and they just kept refusing to go to a lawyer, which was bad on their part. So there's bad on both parts, but that went on. And so then we were like, okay, well, we're gonna have to find an apartment. Mind you, most places like that, at least around here, I live in a really small town, don't even allow pets. And that was obviously they had to allow pets. I mean, come on, you know who I am? They have to allow pets. I mean, hello, it's my brand, it's me. So no apartments were available. We were at the end of September at this point, almost getting into October. Mind you, they're still living there, not paying rent, trashing the place, and they're not even caring, even though they're supposed to be really close family members. They're not even caring to get stuff done for us. Even when we tried to ask them questions, they stopped answering. They wouldn't answer the questions. They just were blowing us the freak off. And it took us a long time. We finally found an apartment. Even though we found the apartment, we had to wait 2 months to get into it, or we had to wait a month to get into it. Sorry, time frames. So finally we got to live together, like alone as a couple in November. So about 3 months after we got married, a couple of days before being officially 3 months, before we got to have our own place. And the apartment, you know, it's just a temporary thing, right? So we still thought, okay, well, hopefully later they'll get out of the house. So finally, they move out of the house, and his family members say that they're done with them. They're like, they're never allowed back in our house again, blah, blah, blah. And they call us over and they're like, pick out paint, pick out this and that. Like, we're gonna get we're gonna get this house done, and it's gonna be ready for you to move in like 2 to 3 months. So here I go getting my hopes up again, and at that point, see, you may be saying like, why are you just not done with them? But for a while we did forget about it. We did. And then they came to us again and they acted motivated this time because they said, go pick out paint swatches, go do this because we're gonna get it done. And so we did. I picked out paint swatches, exactly what I wanted, all this different stuff. They said pick out carpet. We did that, and they were supposed to get done. I mean, they had an appointment already with the carpet person to put the carpet in the bedrooms. The rest was hardwood. And then they had to have that, the stuff painted before the carpet. So we're like, okay, finally, they're gonna get done. And we were supposed to have it in May. And of course, a little bit of my time is off because there was a few like limbo months in there where nothing was really happening, but you get the picture. So this is just where it all gets to be honestly the worst part of it all. We're living in the apartment and it's so bad for my mental health, you guys. I had literally some of the hardest months of my life came right after we moved into that apartment. And with my depression issues and my anxiety, I'm a person who attaches memories and stuff to items. So like clothing, if I wore a clothing item, like say on the day something really bad happened, I probably wouldn't be able to wear it again because I would just attach it to that, if you get what I'm saying. So a lot of really bad stuff happened then, and it was honestly so hard for me to walk into that apartment on top of everything, because of how it felt in there. It had, it's not the best, and I feel bad almost saying that because it's like, okay, you should be grateful that you at least have somewhere, and yes, I get that. But anyway, that's what was going on, and I've just had it really hard recently, you guys, living there and having a lot of stuff go on. Of course, 2020, you know what's all gone on this year, and it's made it even harder. I feel like I didn't even get to enjoy my puppy Clark at his like puppy age because so much crap was going on in my life during the winter months that I haven't really talked about. So it's like, obviously you guys don't know, but I did. And so anyway, we finally were gonna see the light at the end of the tunnel, and once again they just showed it really has brought out their true characters. So they got the bedrooms painted because the carpet had to come in, and after they got the carpet in, they literally just stopped, you guys. Stopped working on the freaking house. They gave us a key to go in there and look at it, and we literally would go check on it every week and just wait for something to be done. But here's where it gets bad. Here's where the lying comes in even more. We would text them and be like, hey, like, we can come help you because look, you know what they have left to do at this point? Just paint the living room. Literally the only thing they have left. Mind you, this is in March. The only thing they freaking have left is to paint the living room. So we offer, we're like, okay, well, first of all, we asked, like, when are you gonna go? Oh, we're actually gonna be going after work on whatever day, say Friday. Well, I checked the next day, nothing was done. So then we did that for a few more weeks, mind you, after they said, oh, we're gonna go on this day, and they didn't. So then eventually we started saying, well, we can come help you. When are you gonna go? Like, I'll come help you. Then we even offered for my mom to go do it. My mom, who has literally been there this whole time, trying to help and do everything that she possibly can for us, said, like, okay, well, on my day off, like, it literally will take maybe 2 hours to do the thing. It's not gonna take long at all, just for that to be done. She's like, I'll go paint it. So we have asked them so many times, and they're like, we're gonna go tomorrow. We're gonna go tomorrow. Or they would ignore it. And this has went on, you guys, since June, from March to June. And it just shows so, like, literal lack of consideration. It shows their true character, how much they've lied to us, and they literally only had this much left to do. This much left. And we could have done it in a couple of hours. And I know I'm leaving out a lot of detail, but, you know, it was just constant lying, saying, we're gonna go over there tomorrow. And they just never would get it done. It's like they truly didn't care. While I am suffering in that apartment, going through a lot mentally, because I've went through a lot these past few months. My husband's getting tired of it because he sees how hard it is for me to be able to stand it. You know, it's a lot. And I am definitely thankful that I do have a place to live, because that we have that apartment, because, you know, I may not even have that. And even if I didn't, obviously my mom would take us in for a few days, for a little while, but you get what I'm saying. It's just the principle of the fact that they said they were going to do something, and it's like putting your trust in somebody and then they fail you. But I mean, the light at the end of the tunnel, basically right now, my husband has an amazing job that he was blessed with, and now we are looking for our own house. We have definitely said we don't care to that one because it wasn't even what we wanted to begin with. We were just taking it because it was good for us where we could save a lot of money. But now, you know what, we're looking for our own house. We are doing the thing together, and we're just said bye to that house. And to be honest, it probably will never get done because they've had another house in the town over that they bought and was supposed to do in a couple months. It's been 5 years, the total of mine and my husband's relationship, and it's still not done. So that's, I guess, what you get for putting trust in family members. Maybe just take this as a warning. If you are going to put trust in a family member, just know that, you know, just because they're family doesn't mean they're always going to pull through. But that's the reason why we're not in a house right now. It's the reason why for almost a year of our marriage we haven't been in our own house. So that's the reason, and I just haven't talked about it. I know my live streams, if you look back to like last year, right after I got married, you'll see me talk about it quite often, you know, because a few times I would talk about it as things would happen, but a lot of times it was hard for me to talk about, but you'll see it there. But those are the reasons why. It's just been one thing after another, you know, them not moving out, them not even trying to get them out, like with evicting them, of course, them trashing it and having to redo it, and then for months them just putting it off and just literally not caring. But like I said, we're in a place now where we can find our own home, and it'll be good. Hopefully, hoping and praying that things will start looking up. But that's the tea, that's the story, that's the drama. And basically we're just going to tell them now, like, we don't want it, sorry, just do whatever the heck you want with it because we don't even care. But that's the story. Hey guys, it is a few days later, and I wanted to pop on to announce this huge announcement that me and my husband bought a house. So we did it, we did the thing, we bought our first house together, and I'm so excited to be able to announce it on this video where I've talked about all the struggle that we've went through for the past year, all the heartache and struggle, because it's been a lot. Whether or not this video truly portrays how hard and devastating it has been from the lies we've been told, etc. It's a good moment right now to see what we've been blessed with, and we have bought our first house and are lucky enough to have it be what I feel like is my dream home. I'm going to insert a picture right here. So this is it. This is my brand new house. It's just a little look into it. Like, that's not even the whole front of the house. It's just a small little portion. But I will be having a house tour and all the good house kind of videos up. But we don't close on the house until the end of August. So that means we don't have a key right now, so we cannot go in it. So therefore, I can't do a house tour or anything until probably the beginning of September. But I promise you guys it is coming, because I don't want to miss out on doing the house videos, because this is such a huge step in both mine and my husband's life, and I'm just so thankful to be able to come on here and say that we did find our dream home. There is tea with that as well. That's a whole story in its own, and I will be making a video all about the process that will be soon. It's just the house tour will be a while. But therefore, I just wanted to come on there and announce it, that I'm so happy that we got our new home. If you are a patron, there will be pictures of the inside of my house up on Patreon. So if you want to see early, go join Patreon. The link will be in the description box down below. But let's go ahead and get back to the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time. And yeah, I don't know. Let me know down below. Have you ever put your trust in a family member and then completely fail you? Let me know down below. And other than that, I want to thank my patrons as always: Dylan, Jeremy, Maddie, Davis, Mercy, Janae, Abby, Jessica, Casey, Vic, Cass, Natalie, Steven, John. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being patrons. If you want to be a patron, the link will be in the description box down below. It helps me out a lot, and you guys get a lot of awesome perks with it, so definitely go check that out. And other than that, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, which you can do by hitting my face right up there. And you can watch another of my videos by clicking right over there. And I would really love if you guys came and joined the family over here. Join the Beta Babe family. And other than that, I hope you have a great day or night or whenever you may be watching this, and I will see you guys in my next video.